Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. I had a settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's his attorneys, which are Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes. I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right? I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued for herpes and won. But they didn't. Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? And Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible I threw everything out. It's possible I can produce a copy. Mark Garagos used to be Michael Jackson's attorney.
Yeah, out in Los Angeles.
Yeah. He had he drugged Michael and they OD'd him, okay? He didn't overdose. They OD'd him because they keep the royalties of the music. Michael alone made $860 million alone last year. What happened is Davis and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross and Khaled. They're all gay. Okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay.
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Hamas. Yeah. Gotcha.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worry.
Hamas supporter. Okay.
Right.
Basically, he's Arab, Palestinian. Okay. The Ciroc agenda, okay, is basically binge drinking poured out on a yacht. They promote binge drinking and drugs.
Gotcha.
The hip-hop agenda was laid out by Obama during his last presidencies purposely. That's why they had Tupac killed, because when they kill them, you gain fame. When your record sales go up, and then people listen to your lyrics and everything, and then you become famous, okay? That's how they do it, all right? Tupac's still alive.
Yeah.
He's in Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what happened is following. The hip-hop agenda is an agenda to move drugs all over the United States. You need to involve the DEA. They move all the dope on private jets, which don't get screened by
customs,
by the inside the United States. Okay, they move what's called high grade powder MDMA. They move cocaine and they move liquid cocaine in the bottles too. Okay, so they put the liquid cocaine in the bottles and they move it. I've seen the liquid cocaine, I've drank it myself, having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Chahakwadash. Double honors to head apostle Nettles, a great millstone, to rule well and teach well. Peace and blessing to you, sincere Akim, that are pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth, week in and week out, in all truth and sincerity. I wanted to touch on this particular interview with this guy who was who worked and was employed for P. Diddy. And this interview is actually from 2018, and it's just now resurfacing in light of all the things that are in allegations, so-called, allegations, and all the things that are being said about P. Diddy. Okay, and another thing, we've been telling you, Jakes, this is what goes on in Hollywood, man. This is what goes on in the music industry. This is what goes on amongst the rich and famous, man. And the majority of our people, they refuse to believe us, all right, that you have to participate in rituals and sacrifices Moism, okay? And we tell you how the industry is ran, all right? Now, this particular guy, he said P. Diddy was a part of the Boule, which is the so-called black part of the Illuminati, all right? And he said he was a slave and he heard a lot, and he participated in all types of abominable, wicked acts with P. Diddy and various other people as well, and he basically goes into the agenda, the hip-hop agenda against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Matter of fact, let's play that last part of that clip real quick. Bear with me.
Basically, what happened is the hip-hop agenda is an agenda to do drugs law in the United States. They move, you need to report the DEA. They move all the dope, on private jets, which don't get screened
by customs,
by the inside the United States. Okay, they move what's called high grade powder MDMA. They move cocaine.
And this is how it's done, man. Because we were brought up thinking that the drugs and the illegal substances was all brought by these drug lords or drug kingpins or people who fly it over and smuggle it in, and various other methods. But all in all, it's really the powers that be that are bringing these particular substances over in high volume, okay, and dispersing it amongst the people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you other nations as well, okay, because these people in the music industry and in Hollywood, they have an addiction, okay, and they have a high consumption of these particular substances, and these elites have to get their sellouts, okay, their employees, they got to keep them with their fix, okay, and as well, they use it to have you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans drugged up, doped up, killing each other, fighting, bickering amongst each other, all right, and as well to fill up these private prisons that they receive these grants from, and these prisons have to keep I believe it's a 95% occupancy rate in order to receive their multi-million-dollar grants each year, okay, so it all works full circle, man, okay, you got the hip hop industry, / black culture and all that, okay, fueling our people to go out in the streets, sell drugs, do drugs, and do all types of various wickedness, which gets them either thrown in prison or dead, okay? And this is an agenda that these wicked elites have, have aimed at you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Because this man, constantly talks about the war on drugs, but he's fueling the war on drugs. All right, this devil likes to play both sides of the fence. All right, here it is as a so-called war on drugs, but here it is, they still push all this madness in the music industry in Hollywood and on the TV screen, man. What are our people talking about in hip hop, man? They're talking about nothing but madness, man. Things that get you killed. All right, things that get you thrown in prison, things that are not good for you, your mind or your body. All right, that's all that's being pushed. All right, in the hip hop industry, man. Okay.
And they move liquid cocaine in the bottles too. Okay, so they put the liquid cocaine in the bottles and they move.
Yeah, and here's the channel where you can watch. They pretty much play this whole video that I just played, but they also it's a YouTuber that actually goes into who this guy is, what he did. The title, well, the title of the channel is Cultural Covered. Diddy's hired escort was a shooter, exposes the Boule. FBI knew about Diddy for years, and of course they did, man. And this whole thing happening with Diddy, he could have done something to piss off the elites, and they're destroying his name before they take him out, or he's just being used for a distraction, and the outcome of it is, nothing's really going to happen to him, or which, me and the brothers talk about this a lot. They could go through a trial and he actually get convicted guilty, and they say, quote unquote, we're locking him up in prison for 20 to life, whatever the case may be, or he gets deleted somehow, and they just, either way, they just take him to a particular island where he lives, or off the grid, so to speak, where he lives the rest of his days. Because this guy, he goes into how these celebrities are worth more to them dead than alive. Okay, he actually goes into how Tupac's still alive and lives in Cuba. Okay, which is actually believable. Because Tupac was nothing but an agent. Biggie too. And when you go into a lot of these celebrity deaths, that there's a lot of questions to be asked, and unanswered questions as well, and these different particular celebrities, okay, are worth more to their company dead than they are alive. When these different rappers and celebrities and movie stars die, the record sales go through the roof. Okay. Now let's go to Micah chapter 2 real quick. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. And these wicked elites, they devise iniquity and they work evil upon their beds consistently and constantly. And they're constantly aimed at you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay? And this particular guy, let's see if I can skip to it. He actually went missing, Here, let's see if I can jump to that point in this video. Slovakia.
Where he is now. Now, on December 15th.
Let me go back just a little bit.
The weirdest part about this incident is that there is literally no trace online about what went down with Jonathan after he got charged. All the articles are stuck in 2018, and they say he got hit with charges, but there's zero information on his sentencing or where he is now. Now, on December 15th, just days after the celeb blogs reported on this interrogation video and the Diddy link, a site called funeralobitsmemorial.com dropped an obituary for a Jonathan Audie, a resident of Dorwell, Florida. But y'all, this post seems very sketchy, and it's all vague because there are no details on when, where, or how his supposed death went down. Like, are they trying to convince us Jonathan is deceased? Is dead and deceased? Now, some people on social media claim Jonathan is still locked up, but I couldn't find any legit news sources to back that up. And look, whether Jonathan was telling the whole truth in that interrogation or not, it's still so bizarre that there's absolute radio silence about what went down with him after he was charged for that shooting incident. Anyways, y'all, the rabbit hole is getting deeper and...
So, as you hear, he was so-called charged, but there's no type of information of him being in prison, and there's no information about his whereabouts, because this incident happened in 2018. And, and all of a sudden there's an obituary that comes up with the same name that he has, and this is what happens, when you speak out, when you're involved in the industry and you speak out against the industry, guess what, man? They make you disappear, all right? And you get added to that long list of celebrities that thought they were going to be a voice, thought they were going to be a whistleblower. All right, here it is. You signed on the dotted line and you wanted to go against your contract. Well, guess what happens? Okay, Esau has to, do something about that and make you an example for the rest of the celebrities to witness and see. Okay, so they don't get out of line. This is Micah 2:1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Okay, Job 9:24, man. Okay, hey, this earth was given into the hands of these wicked elite Edomites, man. Okay, it says they practice it because it is in the power of their hand, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Okay, and this is a part of that. Okay, you know the Hollywood hip hop music industry. Okay, that is a method, a tactic, an agenda against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to keep you, all right, in a oppressive state of mind, you know, to keep you on various substances, on various drugs, to keep you involved in idolatry, to keep you involved in adultery, all right, to keep you killing one another, man, and not knowing who the real enemy is, man. Because hip hop pushes that your enemy is your brother, all right? Hip hop pushes for you to do what Esau wants you to do, man. You know, Esau gives these particular rappers, you know, almost a script. He gives them a list of things that he wants to see or be heard in their lyrics. Because our people, especially the younger generation, when they hear these different rappers, when they hear these different celebrities speak, they take it as gold. And they believe, what does the scripture say? The simple believeth every word, man. Okay? They think that all they have to have is talent and they can make it all the way to the top, from the bottom to the top, right? Okay? But these celebrities aren't telling you that there's way more to the game and the industry than which meets the eye. All right? And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, everything's being brought to light, man. Okay? You know, hey, not only you wicked so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are being exposed, but also, all right, the so-called white man is being exposed, man. Okay? Isaiah 47 chapter. It says, back to Micah chapter 2, it says, and take them away so they oppress a man in his house, even a man and his heritage, man. Okay? And this is all part of the so-called white man's agenda to, you know, that crafty counsel that they have taken against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, so the name of Israel won't be a remembrance, man. Okay? You know? These celebrities push that you're black, that you're African, that you're niggas, okay? That you're an American, that you're African American, okay? As well as various other things, man. Various other titles and bywords. They're not telling you who you truly are. Even if they know who you truly are, guess what? They ain't gonna talk too much about it, all right? You know? Because of what they're involved in. And they know they can only say but so much before they'll get reprimanded. Let's go to Psalms 83. It says, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, okay, and consult against thy hidden ones. They have taken a crafty counsel against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. They say, you know what? How can we influence the masses of these Israelites, all right, to smoke drugs, to do drugs, to sell drugs, to gangbang on the streets, you know, to be involved in these doctrines, religions, all right, be involved in idolatry and adultery, and also, how can we get these prison houses packed and full, you know, so we can profit off them even more? You know, they said, well, let's set up a system that will be highly influenceable, you know, and, you know, very liked and attractive amongst the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And they set up what? They set up the music industry, man. All right. Hip hop. Hip hop has been detrimental to the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American community, man. All right. I remember when I was in the world, man. You know, we listened to the lyrics and we believe that shit, man. You know, off the strength of hip hop, a lot of our people, you know, myself included, you know, we hit the streets, man. You know, of course we were brought up, you know, in that type of environment. But the music had a heavy influence on us, you know, participating in recreational drugs, going out and selling illegal substances, eventually getting thrown in jail or prison, you know, getting pulled over by the police, sagging their pants. You know, we emulated what we saw on the TV, man. Okay, and we wanted to be like those guys, man. So the music industry has a heavy influence still to this day upon you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, let's keep reading. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. Okay, so this is an agenda that has been pushed out upon you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right. These devils don't want you to know who you are, but ultimately they don't want you to turn from your wickedness and turn to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and repent and change your life, man. Okay? It says, they have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. All right, they're confederate against us, man. They have consulted together with one consent, one agreement. All right, they sit around in their round tables each year or different parts of the year, and they you know, talk about what they want to see set forth on the face of the earth. Okay, and what different agendas they want to see take place, not only in just Hollywood and the music industry and on TV, but all over the earth concerning wars. All right, you know, concerning different laws being put in place. All right, you know, different what's the word they use? Different so-called crises. Okay, all these are planned events, man. Okay, you know, the so-called white man, mainly concerning these wicked elites, are very you know, very, very crafty. Okay, and they, before they set in a plan in stone, so to speak, they're going to send different test runs to get a reaction from the people. Okay, and then they play off that, man. Okay, just want to do a quick little video on that. All right, as you see, you can check out the video on what you see on your screen from Culture Covered. You know, Lord willing, I won't get a strike for this and the video's taken down, but nevertheless, oh well. Lord willing, you will edify to the next time. Shalom.